Are you watching closely?
We're back to watch Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman face off in the 2006 edge-of-your-seat thriller, The Prestige. And just like every good magic trick, carbonara only has 3 main ingredients: eggs, cheese, and bacon. And watch as we make an ordinary gin and tonic truly extraordinary.
Every magic trick consists of 3 parts, or acts. The first part is called the pledge. The magician shows you something ordinary. A deck of cards, a bird,
Empress gin.
The second act is called the turn. The magician takes the ordinary something and makes it do something extraordinary.
Top that with a little bit of tonic.
Every magic trick has a third act. The hardest part. The part we call the prestige. Making something disappear isn't enough. You have to bring it back.
One of our candied lemons to toss right on the top there.
Never show anyone. They'll beg you and they'll flatter you for the secret, but as soon as you give it up, you'll be nothing to them.
First, we started off with this tin that had a little bit of lemon juice and some ice in it. Then we poured it back into our glass and it changed from blue to pink. Then, to finish off the prestige, bringing it back. In this tin, we had a little bit of creme de violet, a beautiful, flavorful liqueur that adds an incredible flavor to this, a nice little light herbaceous flower notes.
Have you eaten, Mr. Angier?
Now that we've got our first magic trick out of the way, time to start on our second. An easy 3-ingredient carbonara. We're gonna bring 1 full pot of water up to a boil. Heavily salt bay this. As my water's boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and shred some pecorino romano. We're gonna do the same with some parmesan. Now that we've got our 8 ounces of cheese total and made a mess of our cutting board, we're gonna add in 2 whole eggs and 5 egg yolks. I've got all my eggs in here, and now I'm just gonna add in our cheese and give this a good whisk together. And once it has the consistency of scrambled eggs, that's when you'll know that it's ready. But our water is at a good rolling boil. We're gonna go ahead and add our pasta in and allow this to boil for about 10 to 12 minutes until it's completely al dente.
I don't understand.
As you're waiting on your pasta to boil, we're gonna add in 2 ounces of high quality olive oil. We've got Calavita here. I think it's fantastic. So we're gonna cut up this bacon into about 1/4-inch cubes. I can't find guanciale at my store, which is seasoned pork gel, for this recipe. And I'm sure you might have a hard time too, but this is a great substitute. Add all of this bacon into our pan. I'm just gonna hand this. And we're gonna allow all of this to crisp up before we add in our egg mixture. I've got all of our nice crispy bacon here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this out and add it into our strained noodles. We added all of our bacon to our strained noodles, but one thing that we made sure to do is you have to save 2 ounces of your pasta water first. To finish off our carbonara, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our whole egg and cheese mixture and just go ahead and give this a stir around. You don't wanna have any heat on this while you're doing it. You just want the residual heat to be able to cook this egg and melt the cheese. And as you're doing this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna pour in just a 1/4 cup of your pasta water at a time. It'll make it all nice and creamy. You'll know when you've added enough pasta water, when you've got this nice, creamy, buttery looking texture. We're gonna hit it with a good amount of fresh cracked black pepper. Now that you've got your carbonara plated up beautifully, hit it with just a little bit of flaky salt, a nice dusting of some fresh parmesan.
They said you were the premier stage performer in London. Not magician, mind you. Performer of any kind.
And there you have it, everybody. Your perfect 3-part carbonara and your Tesla tonic, the perfect magic trick for your next family dinner. And it sure would mean a lot if you hit us up with a like, subscribe, and click that bell in order to be notified for the next family dinner. And one more great Griffith Goods and Spirits content, follow us on TikTok and Instagram for stuff like live shows, merch giveaways, and your chance to make it on Griffith Goods and Spirits.